they're the majority, because most Jews are not religious, and the Zionists, even of course the Zionists have ensnared some religious Jews, that what they call modern Orthodox, the ones who are their religion is compromised. That's the ones who the settlers, Smutrich, Ben Gvir, all these people are what they call modern Orthodox. So they keep the Sabbath. So they're not Reformed Jews, they're called, but they're just as much sinners and even worse than the Reformed Jews. But these are the settlers, and most of the settlers come from non-religious families or marginally religious. They're not from the very religious, but at the end of the day, the majority. So he asked him, how could you speak up against them? Why aren't you afraid? So he said, I'm with the majority. I'm with so he said, I'm with God. He said, the Almighty is the all encompassing, the Almighty. So he said, I'm not afraid. I'm going to stand up and say what is truth, and we're going to not take into account or reckon with the power, the evil of the Zionists. So he urged his followers. He said, at the cost of death. He used to, in those days we didn't have video and those things, but you can hear the recording on the table. He'd bang on the table and cry, and he would say, he urged them, and he wrote in his writings that we should go out in all the streets and inform the world that Zionism and the state of Israel, it's not Judaism, and that the Jewish people around the world don't accept what they're doing. At the cost of our lives, he said. And his followers, many do go out, to a limited degree, because you have Jews in Sao Paulo. Unfortunately, they're very good Jews community here, and they're very strongly anti-Zionist because we know them. But here and other small communities, they don't go out and speak because of fear, because Jewish people have been assassinated. My life, I get calls, threats, death threats. We've been beaten. I used to wear glasses that had a split over here, and because I was proud of it.
No. He's saying that desculpa, eu troquei os idiomas. Ele está dizendo que os judeus antisionistas são tão perseguidos que eles são ameaçados. Até aqui em São Paulo, ele disse que tem uma comunidade antisionista, com rabinos inclusive, mas que eles não podem sair e falar porque eles são agredidos, eles podem ser assassinados. Ele falou que antes ele utilizava um óculos, né, antes dele trocar por esse, que tinha um pedaço quebrado aqui porque ele foi agredido, simplesmente.
Because I was punched.
Deram um soco nele porque ele estava falando contra o sionismo.
And this is it. This is what we're facing. When they made the PLO, the Palestinian Authority. So the chief, the rabbi, we had a rabbi who represented the Jewish community in the Palestinian Authority. His name was Rabbi Moshe Hirsch. His son is like the very vocal in Jerusalem, in Al-Quds, who leads the Torah Carta there. But he was the official representative in the PLO. President Arafat offered him like a chauffeur and a car. And he was a plane. He didn't want to know of anything. He walked on the streets of Jerusalem. But the Zionists went and they threw acid in his face and blinded him in one eye, was barely able to see from the other eye. And this is what they constantly do. They've assassinated, they've murdered the head of Neturei Karta. We are certain, because he went in for a small operation into the hospital, and within a few hours they said he died of internal bleeding. And some of them we know they assassinated. We have the pictures how they killed Rabbi Samet and Dr. Dahan. Their blood should be avenged. So people are afraid to speak up. So that's why you will find in so many communities the hundreds of thousands of Jews who are anti-Zionist, but you don't hear their voice because of the intimidation, the fear.